Hi everyone, so today I have the release of my Millmond Non-Dairy factory. So what I did was I took the Dairy EU and converted it to the non-dairy factory. So what it's going to do is it's going to make a bunch of soy milks, and it's going to make pea milk and rice milk and oat milk and all kinds of different stuff like that. So let's take a look and see where it is, what it looks like. So if we go into the construction menu, the factories, scroll down through this massive menu that I've got here, and you should see it at some point here. It'll say Millmond Non-Dairy. There it is right there. So here's what it looks like. Again, this is the EU European Dairy. I just put a non-dairy on there like that. Let's take a look and see where I place this. I placed this already over here on my save game. We'll go that, check it out. So here it is right here. So again, looking like this. It's got the signs over here, the player triggers in the front. Millmond Non-Dairy, purposely made that non really big and stand out, so that way it's clearly marked. And the same thing on the back here with this sign as well. So here will be your spawn point for the different pallets, and then over here will be your drop point, really in this area right over here. And then, like I said, the player trigger is right on the front over here. So let's take a look and see what this makes. So this is going to make a bunch of silk products, as well as, again, your pea milk and rice milk. So as far as the silk products go, you're going to have coconut milk original, which is going to be water, coconut, salt, sugar, and pellets. Coconut milk unsweetened, which is water, coconut, salt, pellet. Oat milk, which is water, oat, salt, sugar, and pellets. Unsweetened oat milk, which is water, oat, salt, and pellets. I'm going to skip these two for now. Soy eggnog is going to be water, soybeans, salt, eggs, sugar, pellets. Chocolate soy milk will be water, soybeans, salt, sugar, cocoa, and pellets. Original soy milk, water, soybeans, salt, sugar, pellets. And then unsweetened soy milk, water, soybean, salt, pellets. And then I also put in these two, pea milk and rice milk. So pea milk is going to be water, peas, sugar, sunflower oil, which I did look that up and see that that goes into that. So you'll need the oil factory. And then pellets is going to equal pea milk. And then for rice milk, you can do water, rice long grain, and this will also convert it to, if you put in regular rice, it'll convert it to rice long grain. So either one will work. Salt, sunflower oil, and pellets, and that'll give you the rice milk right there. So let's take a look at and get some of this production going here. So the first thing I want to do is I need to grab my water truck, or my water trailer, I should say. So let me grab that, so it'll be on this thing. So disconnect this, and we'll grab the water truck, and we'll send that over to the dairy. Fill this with water. The non-dairy, I should say. So yeah, I really like a lot of factories that'll give you some good uses of the products that you're actually growing. That's what I like to try to tend to focus on, is those kind of products. And this is what happens when I try to drive with a keyboard. All right, here we go. Controller. There we go. Okay. All right, and let's get this guy on the road. We'll send him over to factories, Millmond Non-Dairy. And as we're doing this, we'll fill this with water. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, then we've got, let's see, I'm going to bring this over because we're going to need this for the grains. So let's send this guy over. And again, he'll go to factories to Millmond Non-Dairy. And then we already have some pallets in there from the drop before, because I put in I already have some stuff in here. So like I had these different things on on distributing that I had, so that it already filled this up. So let's try the sunflower oil and the what was the other product on here? The eggs, sunflower oil and eggs. That's what I'm looking for. So here we go through this massive menu here. Pallets. So we'll look for sunflower oil. Oh, there's eggs. All right, we can do a couple of those, and those seem to be working. See that? Taking the eggs. That might even be full already. We only have 5,000 eggs in here. Yes, only 5,000 eggs. It really doesn't take a lot of eggs, so kind of makes sense here. We'll move these over out of the way. Oh, and there's our grain truck coming in. All right, and then we're gonna need the sunflower oil, so let's try to find that. I'll go the other way. Sunflower oil. All kinds of stuff in here. Let's see. Come on. What was that? Nope. Wish they made this menu a little bit easier, because it's gonna take so long to get all this stuff here. Find it. Come on. Where are we? Sunflower oil. Guess I should have gone the other way. Wow. Yeah, you guys can see how many products I've got in here. Oop. What was that? Nope. Probably past it. Wow. Am I back at the beginning? Must be getting close. There it is, finally. Alright, so we got plenty of that in there now. Okay. And where's our truck? Alright, here's our truck for the grain. So we're gonna need rice long grain and oat. So let me do this. I'm gonna fill this with regular rice, because like I said, that should convert. Actually, we'll test both of them, but this should convert. This will automatically convert it to the rice long grain. Here we go. On rate hopper. And we'll stop there just to check it. And sure enough, yes, it is. It's converting it right away. So that's perfect. So let's just fill the vehicle and we'll empty that. Okay, so let's fill this again with actually rice long grain. Where's that? Right there. Okay, and then we'll dump the rest of this in. We're gonna need oat and soybeans, so let's do fill vehicle, tipper 2. We need oat. There's oat. Oh, there's my other truck. Uh-oh. Right, there is oat. So we're gonna need, what else are we gonna need? Peas and soybeans. Alrighty. So I get a fill vehicle, tipper 2 we're on. Let's go to the soybeans. And then we'll go to peas for that. Probably by the time I find it on here. Oop, right there. And I always like to check all these because you just never know. I'm gonna need to put some coconut. I need some coconut in there once this fills out. Okay. So we'll get this guy filled in with the water. Here we go. Water. There we go. And then we'll get some coconut. once we get this emptied out. Actually, we can probably do that now while this is emptying. Try to make this go a little bit quicker anyway. Alright, so let's spawn objects, pallets, and here we go, guys. Let's see. Coconut. This is gonna be a while. I really wish they would make this easier. I think I already said that. Let's see. You can just see how many products that we have in here. So many. Coconut. Wasn't in that list there, was it? Nope. Just make sure. Boy, I probably passed it. There we go. We'll drop in a bunch of those. And we'll go ahead and start up the factory, and we'll activate all these different lines. And we'll see what we get. Once I move this guy out of the way. Alright, I'm gonna pause and then I'll come back and I'll fast forward and see what we've got. So let's speed up time and see what pallets come out and how they look. Should all come out at once. .906. Here we go. Stop that. Let's take a look. Put super strength on. Move some of these. So there is chocolate milk, unsweetened coconut, unsweetened oat milk, original, soy milk, eggnog, and can't see that, original oat milk. Alright. Guess that would help if I did that. Oat milk original. Yeah, that would have helped. Soy milk original. Yep, okay. Let's move these down. Get the other ones to spawn out. Actually, you know what would be good? Having 2 rows here. I think I'll change that before I release this here. Put 2 rows in here. Well, let's move these over. Get these other ones to spawn out. There's original coconut milk. Here is the rice milk. Soy milk unsweetened, and then there's the pea milk right there. Okay, let's see. And because you know, Silk doesn't make any of the pea or the rice milk. All right, looks like there's no errors on the pallets. That's a good thing. All right, let's go and make this so that it double spawns. So I'll be right back in the editor. All right, in the editor here. So we're going to go down to the pallet spawner right there. Spawn place 1 start, so let's change that over. So we'll put it kind of in the middle here, put it like right there. Should be good. And then we'll duplicate that and drag that over to here. That should be good. That'll give us 2 rows of them. We'll change this to spawn place 2 start. Not that it matters. The name really doesn't matter. We'll save that. We'll keep this open because we'll need the node for that. We'll go back in here to the XML. Go down to the pallet spawner. So we want spawn place. So we're going to paste that in there. And then our spawn place. And again, I don't like to mess around with the nodes a lot. So I'll just, the mapping, so I just grab the node, which makes it a little bit easier in this case. Put that right there. Save it, save that. And we'll go in game and see how this works, just to make sure. Back in game, let's take a look. I'll move these ones over since we don't need them right there for right now. Let's move those over and out. Push that whole row over. Alright, perfect. And then we'll spawn out another 2 rows. See how it works with the 2 rows here. See how close I got it. Here they come. That looks good. Oh, it's looking good. And then yeah, we're out of space because that was that was all the pallets for this round. So yeah, no, I think it looks really good. Okay, so the link for this is down in the description. It is the Millmond Non-Dairy. And thank you everybody for watching, and have a good day.